Hello everybody, good afternoon, it's Friday. I hope everybody is enjoying their lovely Friday evening. I'm here in Rochester, Kent, in my flat, and at the moment it's 27 degrees outside. 27 degrees, which is really, really hot. So I'm trying to keep cool. I didn't take Max for a walk this afternoon because it was too hot. So I needed a break to get out of here, because being stuck in here all day without taking a break drives me crazy. So I thought, right, let's get a cold drink and an ice lolly, and let's also pick up the newspaper. So I walked into the co-op, and I haven't been writing my journal. I haven't written in it for some days now, because I just haven't got the time and the energy, and it's been hot and you don't want to just sit for hours writing, because I didn't want to do that. So I've obviously been keeping up my videos, and believe you me, that's hard work in the heat as well, just doing a video, because it's boiling and you're sweating. I tried live streaming this afternoon and the sweat pouring off me was incredible. So I thought, yeah, let's go to the shop. So I walked up the road. I told you that I reported to the housing that the door wasn't shutting. Well, it was shut. When I went to the shop, it was shut. When I came back from the shop, it was open again. So somebody is leaving the door open. So I walked out of the door, walked up the road, walked into the co-op, and it was jam-packed with people. It must have been about 2:30, 2:30, 20 to 3. And it was packed with people, and I couldn't move for them. And I didn't get cross, I didn't get angry, I just got out of their way, let them pass. I've never seen the co-op so busy, because I don't really go in the co-op, to be fair. I just needed a break, and I didn't want to make Max go out in the heat, so I went out myself up the road. So I grabbed a black basket, because their baskets are black, and I got the newspaper, and there was a Chinese man, Chinese shop assistant, and he was sniggering, he was laughing. He was Chinese, and he had a grin on his face. There's lots of women in there. I was stood behind a woman. When I went to the self-assessment checkout, somebody had put 2 items like Coca-Cola through the machine, and I don't know if they hadn't paid for them, but there was £2.25 registered on the machine, and I'm not paying for someone else's goods. So I saw it, and before I started scanning my shopping, I thought, no, I'm not paying for someone else's shopping. So I went to queue up at the normal counter, and there was a young female woman serving, and there was this black lady in front, and she was saying, can you double bag my shopping? Can you double bag it? I put it in 2 bags, and the lady went, yes. And I just got tired of waiting. This lady was like holding up the queue. She was asking this woman to do this, do that. And I thought, well, I waited for it. I thought, I've got a card. I don't have to wait for the till. I've got a card. So I went over to the card machine. When the card machine was free, I went over to that. So I nearly got conned out of £2.25p. So I put my stuff through the checkout and I bagged it up myself, and then I left the shop. There was a smell of aftershave in there, and it was really, really strong. It gave me a headache, instant headache. There was a smell of aftershave, really, really strong smell, and it instantly gave me a headache over my left eye. And I'll tell you why I'm telling this, because this is being instigated. I don't know who is coming into my live streams and trying to harm me. I don't know who it is. Because when I came back, and I obviously ate the Twister lolly, I got myself a Twister lolly, a Twister. I love Twister lollies. My favourite lolly is a Feast. Used to be a Fab lolly or a Knobbly Bobbly, but my favourite lolly at this moment in time is a Feast. I don't see them anymore. I don't see Feast lollies. They're all Magnums, which was one of my dad's nicknames, Magnum. So I got myself a Twister lolly. I got myself a couple of cupcakes, and I got myself a little like chocolate dessert, because I'd made myself a chicken curry. Very nice it was too, and I made it myself. So I've had my lunch, I got my dessert. Then I came back down the path, and there was a red van that looked like the van that my brother-in-law used to have, a red karaoke van. He used to, so outside my property was a couple. She was a big lady with a bun in her hair and glasses, and a man, like a short stocky man, and he was putting a dog. You know, the sun is out between 12 and 3, and it's at its height, and this was about between 2 and 3, and they were stuffing this dog into a red van. So they are using animals and children to get at me. There was a dog this morning sitting in a passenger seat barking, and the woman she was driving with big earphones over her head. Now the police and the housing have told me to jot things down and record what these people are doing. They're endangering animals and children's lives. They're just, I don't know what's going on to get at me. Putting dogs in cars, in passenger seats, for goodness sake. And leaving them in cars to bark with the windows shut. It's disgraceful behaviour. And all those poor kids in the high street yesterday, in the midday sun, walking up and down the high street. No hats on their heads, no protection. Anyway, I come into the building and I check my mailbox. And we've got a young girl on the front of magazine. A young child with the words on the front of the Medway Matters magazine. That was in my mailbox. And then we had tailored care, transparent pricing, and a home that feels like yours. Oyster Care Homes. Tailored. Do I look like that? Someone's taking the mickey out of what I look like, which I hope you're getting the best out of it. I really do. Stalking my social media, stalking my emails. I hope you're really enjoying yourself. So obviously this poor guy that died in a car crash is on the front page of the Sun today. Diogo Jota. Football has lost the champion. Tributes to cop hero dead at 28. And he'd not that long been married. So this guy was 28. Liam Payne was 31. It's getting younger, isn't it? Young men dying. Horrific. I wasn't going to go out today. David Cameron's been at the Wimbledon, has he? Picture of David Cameron in the newspaper. Sir Robbie Williams. Arise, Sir Robbie. He's finally nominated for a long overdue knighthood. Robbie Williams is on his way to being made a Sir and being knighted by King Charles. Robbie Williams. So I'm going to show you a couple of bits I got from the Co-op box because I've had the Twister lolly and I just picked up some double dip squashes and a couple of cold Pepsi Maxes. So I came into my flat. And all you want to do is relax, you want to stay stress-free, and you don't want any trouble, because I don't. And it's been fairly okay. I've had a message from my landlords because the harassment's getting out of control, and it's making me feel like I'm being terrorised in my own home. So I have given them a long email, with a really long one, with a background of when it started in 2020, when I moved into the property. So I've given them a big email detailing when it started and what's going on now. Right, and I've been told to keep a record of what they're all doing, all of them, because it involves several sets of people. It's not just one. That is deliberately targeting me and picking me out, and I'm being made fun of, humiliated, followed into shops, strange people coming in with animals that you shouldn't bring into shops. They're doing silly things and saying absurd things as well. And I've been told to record it. And I've got so much evidence anyway of the things that's being said and done as I'm walking past. I mean, I taped that woman in that car this morning, driving a car with earphones over her head, and I don't even know if she heard her dog barking. What is going on? What is it? So it got to 4:30. Max. Good boy, it's only a trolley. It got to 4:30. And Chelsea Liard I said I was going to live stream between 3:30 and 4:30, and Chelsea Leah, right, was in a pink bikini, and she's a large woman. She must be a size 18 to 20. So she was rubbing cream over her boobs, rubbing cream over her lips, sun cream, big woman, and it left nothing to the imagination at all. I have never worn a bikini. She was literally rubbing, it was just, she'd been talking to a young lad in a previous video. Must have been about, I think he said he was 23. And then she's rubbing sun cream on her boobs in a very skimpy bikini, and she's a large woman. And I went out to the co-op while she was live streaming, sat there on a bikini, and I was going into the co-op. Oh darling, darling. Anyway, I started live streaming about 4:30, I think it was, something like that. And somebody said, "What's wrong with your eyes?" What's wrong with my eyes? What's wrong with my eyes? And someone else noticed it. They went, "Ignore it, don't take any notice, there's nothing wrong with your eyes." Someone else says, "What's wrong with your eyes? Why don't you answer my private messages?" So immediately you think, oh, what, what's wrong with my eyes? So that's what I'm saying. But my eyes were actually watering because I'd gone into the co-op and there was this horrific smell, this poisonous, toxic smell that was making it hard for me to breathe. That they are pouring perfume and aftershave on themselves, and I can't breathe, and it gives me a headache. So I've come off a live stream. I've just come off a live stream. And I'm here now in my flat. I've got to take my dog out for a walk when it cools down a bit because it's like too warm. And what is going on? Can anybody tell me what's going on? It doesn't seem real. What are they doing? It would have been my sister's 50th birthday tomorrow. So don't you think that's cruel? To put outside my window a red van that looked like my sister's sitting. They put a dog in the back of it. My sister used to sit in the back of a red van. She was disabled. And that's wicked. That's not nice at all. She wasn't a dog. My sister wasn't a dog. My sister was beautiful. She was tall, skinny, and had lovely hair. And look what they did to her. Look what they did to my sister. These freaks of nature. They turn someone pretty into someone ugly. And they all end up looking like my mother. Their big backsides and their baggy jeans and their crap stuck out the bottom. Pockets. Replicas of that. What? It's witches. They're witches. They're evil. Absolutely evil people. My mum hasn't rung. I'm not caving into my mother either. Playing games with me is a long gone. Absolutely. And why do people feel the need to expose themselves? I'm not talking about sat down wearing shorts. I'm talking about taking your jugs out, you know, like it's a porn movie, and rubbing cream in your boobs and down your legs. And she was talking to a young lad earlier. It's not a pretty sight. If you're extra large and your stomach is bulging out, almost resting on the floor, and your legs, you're a large woman, yeah, and you've just talking to a young man, and you're talking about how he shouldn't do this and how he shouldn't do that, and you're exposing yourself to people online that you don't know. And she's already got some people think she's mad and she's doing it herself, calling them emergency services out. Because I just find it weird that I phoned up, I didn't need a locksmith, I needed someone to come and shut the communal door. So I ring the housing this morning to ask, can someone come out and fix the door? It's a security issue, and it's a serious security issue. And they send emergency vehicles out to Oxford, to Chelsea Liart's home in Oxford. They send emergency vehicles out, wasting taxpayers' money and wasting services that could go to someone who really is in an emergency, which I find disgraceful. And I'd ask for help to get this. They're not believing a word I'm saying. And someone's life could be put at risk, yet they're sending fire engines, ambulances and armed police out to Chelsea Liart's address. How much is that costing the taxpayer? How many people are losing their lives when emergency vehicles are going out to stupid hoax calls? When there's people out there that really need help. This has got to stop. And she needs to stop bearing her bits and pieces online. You know, if you want to go on a porn site, take your bits and pieces off to an adult porn site where people want to see that. But people don't want to see that. They don't want to see it. You know, it might make money, yeah, but it's, you know, this is TikTok, it's not porn. I expect she thinks she's going to get a load more followers if these drop out and that drops out and the legs wide open. Oh, that is not funny. It's disgusting. I can understand people sitting in shorts. I can understand people wearing short tops, but not rubbing, you know, it's like they're in a porn film, rubbing that. And what was she rubbing on her lips? You know, she put sun cream right over her lips. So white all over her lips. I don't know what's going on. I can't say that someone's forcing her to do it because I don't know Chelsea Liart's situation. I don't know what's going on. It's certainly not actions. I don't know. I mean, I don't know Chelsea Liart's history, if she's done it before. But that's not something I do. But Max, no. Every time someone walks past, he's just a dog after all. So like I said, I came back in. I did a live stream. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of who's doing this to me. So fortunately, I think the communal door is just being left open. Someone's leaving it open, so they don't have to keep. You can't do that. You know, order another fob key, order another key, get on the housing and get another key. You can't leave the communal door open. Somebody will come in and steal people's belongings. I mean, when I've got locked out, so I've not left the door open. Do you know what I mean? I've not like left the door open so I can get in. I mean, I don't know who's doing it. Next door rang my buzzer at the last weekend because their mother had fallen asleep. So I don't know who's doing it. So I've done a live stream. I'm just trying to chill out in my own home. I don't want to get cross and angry. That's not something anybody wants to get. They don't want to get into a state and get all stressed out. I think someone's got the wrong end of the stick. I think someone's mistaken me for somebody else, and you know, this is wrong. This is just not right. And I do think that someone is listening to everything I'm saying. And how is that possible? If there isn't, like, I've got a splinter in my thumb. I'm going to get that out yesterday. I sat on a bench, leaned back, and a splinter went in my thumb. It's painful, isn't it, when you've got a splinter? I've got to get it out. Just probably need to get some tweezers. I hate splinters. I sat on a bench and my hand got slid back and a splinter's gone in my thumb. Right there. I meant to get it out yesterday, but I know it hurts. It does too. I'm not hurt. I'm going out at different times. I'm just doing what I want to do, going out when I want to, and not sticking to specific times anymore. That's what I'm doing. But no one came out to fix the communal door. I haven't heard back from the police. I've also made a complaint about the social services. They're going to get back to me next week about those women that came into my flat and left me in a terrible state. That I want to know who it was. I found the woman's name, Wendy Igglesworth. Wendy Igglesworth. I don't know if she was a real social worker or it was bogus. I haven't got a clue. So someone's going to do an investigation in the social services. They've said so. I've got an email back. It's all going to be investigated, and the housing. I expect the police will do something now. They're all going to. It said the police are going to combine with the housing and find out who's doing this and why they're doing it, because it's gone on too long. And the mickey taking. I went out. I was after a live stream. I went out, and we went to check the door. I was worried about the security in the front door, and it still was not shutting. And this lad was riding a moped, and all the exhaust fumes were coming up in the air and going up my nose. It was a lad on an electric moped or bike. So they are listening to what I'm saying, and then they're coming out and trying to do me harm. And I've been told to like record it. Get these people's faces and what they're doing, and then give it to the council and the police and try and find out why they're doing it and whatever's going on. It's gone on too long. So leaving replicas of vans that my sister used to sit in the back of and putting a dog in there. A dog. That's just cruel and downright nasty. See you later.